relationships are a reflection of who we are and what energies that we carry. And I'm not just talking about the romantic relationships, though that will be the focus of this video, but rather the sum of all of our relationships, including our family, our friends, the neighbor's cat, the computer you were yelling at this morning. Oh, wait a second, that was me yelling at the computer, not you. Never mind, never mind. Oh, by the way, vulnerability, imbalance can be one of the most attractive vibrations there are, especially in romance, as is humor. It's a new world out there. New rules apply, but one thing remains the same. We are having human experiences, and we have the same underlying needs that we've always had. It's a jungle out there. Someone once said that love is a battlefield. But if you're unsuccessful in relationships, the only battle that you're losing is the one against yourself. Learning how to navigate relationships in a world with so many outside pressures that is constantly changing is tricky. So let's explore the inner workings of relationships together so that you may always feel happy and fulfilled. Hi, welcome to the Medium channel, where we bring you the spirituality behind the message in these awakening times. Now, the first and most important thing to know about relationships, attractiveness, spiritual relationships, romantic relationships, spiritual love, all that stuff is the most important relationship you'll ever have is the relationship with yourself. And it is the relationship with yourself that's absolutely going to make or break your relationships with other people. So this is what we want to work on first and foremost. This is the foundation that's going to make everything else work. So really work on developing a really positive, loving relationship with yourself. We broadcast everything about us, everything we feel, everything that we think, even subconsciously. It's vibration and frequency. We broadcast that to the world, and the world can't help but to pick up on it and respond to us in kind. We don't have to be conscious of it. They don't have to be conscious of it either. But that is the foundational dynamic of human relationships, understanding that. And again, we mirror each other, so that's important. The relationships are our ultimate teachers because the other person is mirroring back what we are putting out there. And if you take the sum of all your relationships, then you know what vibration you're carrying and what you're emanating out into the world. Today's relationships are more about value offered. So like things like looks, personality, stability and all that, they still matter. But what people are really looking for as we are evolving in consciousness and growing is what value the other person is going to bring into our lives. So if you can present yourself in a manner that is of high value, that's going to increase your attractiveness also. So here's a few habits that diminish your attractiveness and your appeal to prospective partners or even to your partner if you're in a relationship. And the first one is want and need. Now, think pushy salesman, right? We broadcast everything about ourselves. If we want and need, the other person's going to feel that. Like you pick up the phone and the person doesn't even have to say anything. You know you've got a pushy salesman on. What do you want to do? Slam that phone and run in the other direction. So if you're putting want and need out there in a relationship, you're actually repelling. You're pushing the other person away. Remember, you do not need anyone to find love. You are love. So own that. Just owning that is going to make a huge difference because you are love. You don't need anybody to find love. So understand why we desire relationships, because it's part of our human experience. It's a pleasurable, although albeit sometimes challenging, process in our lives. It's our procreation, but we don't need it. So don't want it. Actually feel like you already have it because you are love. You already have love. If you can be the vibration of an experience that you want in your life, you become much more magnetic to it. So, of course, programming is a big part of it. Again, we're programmed with things like our better half, or I need somebody to complete me, or I need somebody to find love. You are complete. You are love. You do not need a better half. You are whole. The next thing is devaluing of self, low self-esteem, having guilt and shame, feeling unworthy. So don't base your personal value on society, or what they believe or they want you to believe. That is important. Don't do that. So again, you are valuable. You do have value. The next thing is don't put people on pedestals, and that's not attractive. That's not an attractive energy. If you treat someone like a celebrity, they'll wind up treating you like a fan. So yeah, we want to be equals. We want to be open at the heart, and we want to have a connection with the heart. When you put somebody on a pedestal, you create distance because you're putting the energy out there that we're not on the same level. There's a separation between us. So remember that. But by the same token, people pleasing, you're diminishing our own sense of value and worth and our own desires for another person. Again, that's only just going to push the person away, as well as chasing the other person. Desperation comes out of want and need. So we really have to feel complete within ourselves. We really, have to strengthen our frame also. So if we don't have a strong frame, or we don't have a strong sense of self, and we're easily influenced by others, that becomes unattractive also. So caring about what other people think, don't care about what other people think. Learn to reprogram that also. Things that you can do to enhance your attractiveness is develop confidence. Confidence is a very attractive vibration. When you're confident, you attract. When you're tentative, you repel. So that's first and foremost. Vulnerability. I talked about that because you want to be honest. If somebody feels like you're holding back, they feel like they can't trust you. Sometimes just the subtlety of body language, and like, instead of talking with your arms like this, because that's sending a subconscious signal that I'm closed off. I don't want you to see me. But you might notice I talk a lot with my hands, and I open my palms a lot. Opening palms is a gesture of welcoming. It's a gesture of open heart, open being, openness. The whole thing about handshaking, we used to shake hands to prove we were not carrying weapons. So these little things matter. So being a little bit vulnerable, open heart, self-love. The more you can love yourself, the more you're going to be lovable. The more love you're going to be able to attract. Be in your power, be in your frame, develop that ability, having personal stability, stability in who you are, being comfortable in your skin. These are all very powerful. Being honest, having conviction, being a good communicator, being able to listen and respond properly, being engaging. All these things are going to help to open that frequency of attractiveness. And sometimes even appropriately creating tension. Again, that's almost like the opposite of people pleasing. If you don't agree with somebody, speak up. It's okay to create some tension in relationship. That can add some positive energy, again, as long as it's not overdone or it doesn't become abusive or something like that. And one of the other really important things is just learning how to let go. Again, when we hold on, we're in lack mentality, and we're blocking that perfect relationship from coming in. When we're able to let go, let God, and trust in ourselves and trust in the process, not be in a rush, enjoy the present moment, enjoy the journey, then we become more attractive. So let's talk about a couple things you can do, you can work on now, or techniques you can work on. So here's the point of the video where I'll invite you to subscribe to the channel if you like what we're doing here, and hit the bell notification, like the video, comment your experiences. And it's also Heart Chakra Month on Spirit Mind Family. That's our membership group, our inner core group, where we do a lot of exclusive stuff and channeling with the master teachers on a deeper level. So I'll leave some information. I'll pin some information if you want to check that out and maybe join. Ultimately, relationships are a primary growth tool in our human lives. To enhance attractiveness and improve your relationship now. Self-love is the key. Self-worth is the key. So work with the heart. We do a lot on heart-brain coherence. There's many ways of expanding and opening the heart, but the more you can vibrate at the heart frequency, the more attractive you'll be, and you can't be programmed. The heart doesn't get programmed, so you start to whittle away at these negative habits, these negative programming. So again, the more present you can be, and the more present of mind and present of heart, the more you're going to work through stuff and be more attractive. So learn how to reprogram. Affirmation, sleep programs, mental rehearsal, all of this stuff is important. So do your reprogramming. I'm doing it. I've been doing it. It's been helping me. And I see the difference, the way that people respond to me. So these are the important things, to work with the heart, to work with presence, and learn how to reprogram. And the other thing is to do some shadow integration work, because a lot of times it's the subconscious shadows that cause the bad habits in the first place. And we can try till we're blue in the face to feel more confident, or to not feel vulnerable, or whatever it is, or to not feel like I have to please the other person or try too hard or have low self-esteem. We can do that till we're blue in the face. But if we have these shadow aspects that are subconscious, that are controlling our emotions and our responses, it's not going to help a lot until you start to integrate these shadows. So check this video out here. It's basically a free mini course with 5 different shadow work exercises that I teach, that I do. Some of them are original. They've helped me and other people a lot. So check that out, and we have a playlist here for you also that will definitely relate a lot to this video. So I love you. See you at the next video. Namaste.